When people think of the Department of Insurance, they think that's who I'm going to make a complaint to.
Right.
And they do so much more than just handle complaints.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the airing of grievances. I'm Eric Reamer. This is Robert Grieve, and we are thankful that you're here. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. If you see something you like, we always encourage people to go ahead and give the thumbs up and let YouTube know that this is content worthy of sharing.
Please.
And secondarily, if you are an old timer with us or just coming back for the second time, we thank you for taking the time to come back. We appreciate it if you take the time to copy the link of this video, share it with your friends on your social feeds and things like that. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. That will also help you be notified. And in the event that you keep your own time, make your own schedule, it's Saturday morning, 9:30 every morning in the Mountain Standard Time.
Yep.
All right. Rob.
Happy Saturday to you.
To you, my friend.
Happy Saturday to you.
So nice to have
Thanks
everyone
for being here.
Yeah. Rob, we're gonna go through an exercise in a number of different capacities, but there's probably a resource that is
Overlooked.
right. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, you wouldn't think to go here and look at this.
Right. So who are we going to look at, and what are we going to look at, and take us through it?
Well, when people think of the Department of Insurance, they think that's who I'm going to make a complaint to.
Right.
And they do so much more than just handle complaints. They do handle complaints, but they do a lot more than handle complaints. They have some handy-dandy tools. We're going to talk about Colorado. I would suspect that, other states have similar things.
Sure.
But this is a handy barometer, if you will. I mean, there's nothing exact in life, so this will get you in hand grenade range.
Yeah, it's an estimator for finding insurance rates across all the other.
It's a
policies.
comparison between insurers that decided to play this game. So not every insurer is listed here, I guess, because they didn't put rates in, or I'm not exactly sure how that worked. But maybe they gave them the opportunity. We're doing this rate calculator. Do you want to, quote this particular thing?
Right.
And we'll put your number in there with everybody else's.
Okay, so let me set the stage for our viewers. I'm going to show you a screenshot now of what the estimator looks like on the Colorado Department of Insurance. And it's part of the Department of Regulatory Agencies, DORA. And the Department of Insurance is a sub-department of that regulatory agency. And this screenshot shows three different things. And Rob, I'm going to have you kind of take us through each one of those things, the criteria that we are allowed to input that comes closest to your situation. Mm-hmm. And then when you push run report, it will give you an output.
Okay. So there's a few things they're going to look for. One is your city. You got to get the closest thing that you can to your city. Like right. Sedalia's not in there. So, and we're in Englewood. Englewood's not in there either. So right. Closest thing is Denver for us.
Sure.
So we're going to pick Denver. I'm not going to pick that yet. The next thing is the program type. And there's a graph right here that shows you plan 1, 2, and 3 and gives you the dollar amounts of coverage for each one of those things. Now, I'm just going to tell you, we're going to be working off of Plan 3 because I wouldn't have anything less than that.
Okay, and that's a great point right there. Plan 1 is your
statutory
bare minimum. This is what you are legally obligated to own. Mm-hmm. Okay, whereas Plan 3 has coverage and more ample coverage,
and you can get bigger policies than these as well, which
sure.
I recommend. But for the sake of what we're talking about, if you look at Plan 1 and under property damage, it has $15,000. So that's all they're going to pay if you hit somebody. All right, we're not talking about your car. We're talking about you you injure somebody else's car.
Gotcha.
All right, and this is property damage. So $15,000 in property damage. If you hit, any late model Mercedes or anything like that, it can likely be $20,000 or $30,000 in damage.
Yes.
And you would land up on the hook for the difference. So if you only have $15,000 worth of coverage and the bill's $30,000, the insurance company is only going to pay $15,000.
Right.
Because that's what you signed up for. So we're going with Plan 3, where property damage is $50,000.
Okay.
And it's the same thing, for bodily injury and so on and so forth. You can see in here that the rates are, substantially higher. Like Plan 1, you got $25,000 per person, and Plan 3, you have $100,000 per person. Plan 3 is a no-brainer for me.
Yes.
And should be for you as well. The next thing we have to decide is the driver type.
Right.
So driver A is a 21-year-old male, driver B is a 21-year-old female, driver C is a 35-year-old male, and driver D is a 60-year-old female, 68-year-old female. We're going to go with driver C, which would probably be the closest for me.
Okay.
I'm guessing because
you're a little bit older than.
All right, I'm not double.
But you're close.
Yeah. So we're going to go in here, and I'm going to select Denver.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to select Plan 3. And then I'm going to select driver C. And I'm going to hit Run Report.
Yeah.
Now, this is going to give us all the insurance companies that wanted to play.
Yeah.
That are admitted into Colorado.
And these aren't just estimates. In my conversation with Juan over at the Colorado Department of Insurance,
he was very helpful, wasn't he?
Very helpful. And when I asked him some questions about this process, he explained to me that these are simply estimates. You have to actually go through the process with the individual carrier to come up with your specific situation.
You might have 2 cars. You might have, a range of people living in your household.
You might have bad or better
driving
credit.
record may not be that great. I mean, there's just so many other factors that go into this. But if these specific people types were going to compare rates, then this gives you
a ballpark.
Yeah, a ballpark. And as we're going through here, AIG right at the top because it's alphabetical, and AIG is an outstanding company, $1,478.
Okay.
All right, and
this is probably per year.
Per year, yeah. And then the acuity is $1,396. All states, depending on which policy you get, and there is, you'll see Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, and right underneath there, Allstate Indemnity Company. Mm-hmm. It's important you know which one that you're buying.
Yeah, there's a $400 difference between those two.
Right. Well, one's $1,500 and one's $1,900.
Right.
And again, this is for the same policy.
Right.
So you've got to make sure as you're going through this that when you talk to a broker or the insurance company, that you're asking for this policy. So you go down, so that's, 1,900 so far is our highest. Amica, again, has 2 different policies here. Mm-hmm. One's $1,500 and one's $2,000. Auto Owners, which is another great company, is almost, it's just shy of $1,100. Going down the list, they're all pretty close. Mm-hmm. Electric is expensive. At $3,200, expensive according to this group of numbers.
Yeah.
Electric is a very good company, though. I don't see Chubb on here because Chubb's a great company. But you get down here to Liberty Mutual, and they are they have 2 policies. One's $3,700 and one's $3,300. Now, here's a company that you see on the TV every time you turn it on. Liberty, sure. Liberty. And they're one of the very highest in this list.
By a lot. I mean, that's a factor of
Metropolitan's close there, too, at 32 and 36.
Wow.
But you don't see Metropolitan advertising on the TV. So you think these people are advertising on TV, you're going to be getting a great deal. But if you use this calculator, you would say that there's a lot of other choices here.
Yes.
And I just, going through there, I was kind of shocked when I saw the Liberty number because it's drilled into your head from the commercials.
And by the way, Safeco is a Liberty company.
Right.
And
they're on there at 2,600.
All right.
But again, this is for a specific type of policy. It may not have all the bells and whistles that you need, like an OEM parts rider or rental insurance. Some of them want to charge you more for glass insurance. There's different things. So this is just looking at this policy and comparing them with other people.
Gotcha.
And I just think this is a great tool that they put together for people to get a look at and see. Now, we picked, I'm going to go back.
Yeah.
And we picked Plan 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to stay with that, but we're going to switch to a 21-year-old male, driver A.
Okay.
So we'll switch that to A, and we'll run the report.
Same plan.
Yep.
Younger driver, 21. We already know that 21-year-old males are at the highest risk.
Yep. And the numbers are substantially higher.
Wow. Yeah, they are.
Substantially higher. But you look at the AIG, it's 2,700. What was it on the other one? It was 1,100, something like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the risk is much bigger on a 21-year-old driver, and that's not a lot more to pay. But you get to Allstate, you're 3,300.
Amica's got 3,500.
Amica. Well, it depends on which plan it is. There's two plans. One's 26 and one's 35.
And when he says two plans, it's two different company names, and how you qualify for one or the other.
Right.
Again, thanks to Juan over the Department of Insurance, the Colorado Department of Insurance.
I got it.
Please.
Electric Insurance Company.
Yeah.
$11,000.
Wow, that's shocking.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah. Oh, but that's very funny.
Yeah.
You are just hilarious. And who else? Liberty Mutual. $6,000, 5,900 and 5,300.
Yeah.
Metropolitan 7,300 or 5,100. I mean the prices are significantly higher for that risk.
Sure.
But there's also a lot of different. E-insurance is at 4,000.
Mm-hmm. A lot of these companies here, I'm seeing lines that they won't even. They're
not even quoting. Yeah.
Won't offer a policy for that age group.
Yeah, so there's lots of different things to look at here, and I'm just going to do one more and go for
Grandma.
Grandma, 68-year-old female, and that would be D. Run report, and they're back to almost the same numbers as the 35-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
You're in that $1,400 range, $1,100. There's a lot of them here under $1,000. Electric's $2,800.
What about Liberty Mutual? What are they? What are they charging?
Liberty, $3,700
for grandma.
Or the other policy is $4,100. Yeah, so. Just because you see these people on TV, you still need to do some research. So another thing that I don't have up here on my screen is they have another place in the site that you can look up how good they are. And when I say how good they are, the number of complaints that they're getting.
Oh, sure.
And you have some graphics that you can throw up there of some different insurance companies.
Absolutely.
I like AIG and Amica. Auto Owners is another good one. Mm-hmm. Just looking through this list.
Not on this list is Chubb, but we also appreciate the work that they do.
But we'll throw up some slides of their how many people have complained.
Yeah.
So they look at it as how many people complained and then how many are verified.
Right.
Which I'm a little fuzzy on the verified thing still.
Yeah, because normally the number of complaints is higher and you might have 10 complaints and only one of them is verified.
Right.
What happened to those other 9?
There's a good question. I'm going to find that out someday.
Yeah.
I'm going to find that out someday.
You can ask the Lord.
So it won't be the first question, but it might make the top 10.
There you go.
But yeah, so once you pick somebody off this list, you go to the other list and say, okay, let's look at their complaint ratios, and at the end of those numbers is like, it's not an average, it's kind of a multiplier.
Yeah.
And you want to be under a 1.
Yes.
Because they take the amount of, if you take insurance company A, which is the largest in the state, they're going to have the more complaints than somebody that's the smallest in the state.
Right.
So they take it by the premium dollars, divide the amount of inquiries, if you will, or complaints by the amount of premium dollars, and then come up with an average, and you want to be under that 1 or at a 0.
Yeah. If you see something like 1% or even higher, 2%.
Yeah, anything over 1.
Bad.
That means that the Department of Insurance is getting inquiries on them, and if they're getting inquiries on them, does that mean you'll want to have an inquiry if you use them and have a loss? So you want to look at many things, and then you want to talk to somebody that's very, very knowledgeable.
I think after showing all these images and having this conversation, if we come right down to the bottom line of this, Rob, there's two major points. The first one is that the company that you are watching on television isn't necessarily always the best company or the least expensive,
right,
in the end.
Yep.
And secondarily, that there are some companies out there who are really they step up. Every time the guest needs help, they pay the bill, and we see that because we're in the industry.
We're helping our guests when their cars get damaged.
Right. But you won't get a chance to see that unless you are in an accident. We don't wish that for you at all.
Nope.
But if it does happen, you can rest well if you have some of the companies that are higher rated, both by the independent rating system that you can find here on the Department of Insurance, as well as the people like us who are telling you we don't have issues with AIG or auto owners or
several of the others.
Right, Amica, another one. So thank you for this. I will put links.
Well, thanks to the Department of Insurance, because they're the ones to put it together, and you should know that they're not just a place to go and complain. But if you feel like you're not being treated right from your insurance company, it doesn't hurt to give them a call and ask them a question. They're friendly, nice people, and they'll walk you through what should or shouldn't happen. And if it's something important that they scratch their head on, then there's going to be a letter going to that insurance company asking to explain to the Department of Insurance what exactly is going on here. Yeah. So. Yeah,
I'll put links to both the assessment tool for finding the insurance rates, competitive rates. Again, just estimates, not the final dollar, and as well as where to find the different assessments. Individuals who are assessing and ranking. These.
It's a great tool. You should check it out, and check it out on your own company that you have now. Maybe you'll go,
I know that I am, considering I am in possession of one of those Liberty cases.
So anyway, top of the morning to you. Just wanted to get this out for our consumers and let them know that. Department of Insurance is there to help.
Yep. Leave us a comment and let us know if you found anything surprising or interesting. And if you did, give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to share this. Rob, happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you. Have a great week.